Hey, guess what? It's hot here in the Pacific Northwest, and we're not used to that. We're used to things like rain. And so we're putting up with 100-degree weather here, and we think that it's hot. But I know you guys that live in Arizona probably figure we're a bunch of wussies. But anyway, today I'm going to take you along on a little experiment and see what we can come up with. I've been thinking about making some more feather boards, and I was working on an experiment to get all of my little segments, if you want to call them that, of the feather board equal. And I want them to be, not much over a 1/16 of an inch wide. And so I was kind of playing around with the idea of doing it on a bandsaw. I did this one on the bandsaw, kind of free-handed. And then you see I've kind of fancied it up here on the edges a little bit, so it doesn't hang up on things. Okay, first of all, I need a way to keep my featherboard square when it runs across the bandsaw. And so I've come up with a possible idea that will work. First thing I'm going to do is make myself a little T-square so that I can keep everything square as I go across. And then this T-square I will be able to move like this as I cut each next curve. And the way that I'm going to make my individual segments equal thickness, and I've decided now, after thinking about it a minute or so, that I'm going to make it about 3/32 of an inch, not quite 1/8 of an inch wide. You get them too wide and then they don't want to flex enough to do you any good. Forgot to mention, one dimension you're going to need. I measured 3 inches from the bottom of the feather board to the line that I drew for where I'm going to stop my cut. So the way I'm going to keep that from the alignment going is that I'm going to take a piece of plumber's tape, which you see that I've cut and bent at a 90-degree angle, and I'm going to embed it right here on this piece of particle board. There shouldn't be any problems here, but I'll take you along on this experiment and we'll see how it goes. There, I think I got something that'll work. Now, the next thing, decide which way I want that to go in there. I think this way. Yep, and then I'll put a couple of little screws in it and we'll be ready to go. Didn't show you very well is that I've got a cleat that I've fastened on the back of this to go. Okay, you'll notice here the little notch that I've put in here. That's necessary so you can make your first cut correctly. The first thing we have to do is get a starting point. And so the way we do that is slide this over against the guide here. And we'll put the straight edge against it to hold it square and run it through. Then the next time that we do it, I just pull it back and slide it over like so, real easy, and then I line this up against it this way, or I can put it on the other side, whichever seems to be comfortable, and I'm cutting the second curve, and I just go up until I hit the line. And then when you do it again, just go over one more, slide it onto the guide, square up your blank with the T-square, and cut up again to the mark. So here we go. We're going to start it, show you a couple of them, and then I'll show you the finished product. How do you like that? Well, here's the finished product. Came out pretty good. Kind of like the way it's going to work. I'll kind of clean it up a little bit on the back side and put a little bit of finish on it, and we'll be in business. Well, that's it for another week. This will be Wayne for What's Up Wayne this week, and we'll talk to you later. Goodbye.